4 paths of yoga. The first path, that is called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means devotion and love. So what is devotion and love? Yeah, have you loved anyone? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still do.
What is love and devotion? Devotion is intention, is not feeling. What is not feeling? Can you tell me?
Devotion is directed.
It's
channeled.
And feeling is not channeled. Feeling is also, when I have feeling, it is channeled. No? Is it not, guys? Yeah? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. No more. Huh? So what is love and devotion? If you do not understand love and devotion, you're not going to understand what is Bhakti Yoga. Yeah? I'm giving you examples. Let's see. Let's say some people are devoted to the God. Yeah? So what we say? He's a great devotee to this God, to Jesus, to some saint, right? Or to Buddha, or anyone, to Krishna. Is it okay? You can be devoted to someone else also, right? So what does it mean? What does it mean?
I make that thing or person a priority.
Say again, say again.
The thing what I'm devoted to, I give it space in my life and I make it a priority.
Okay, let's start with a negative example to make it understand, yeah? Let's say, for example, there are many terrorists. They attack and do all these things on the name of God. One thing is very sure, their devotion for God is supreme, that they are ready to die themselves and ready to kill 1,000 people also, which we do not have right now, right? Which is good also. Yeah. So you look, they also have devotion. They have great devotion. What they don't have? Devotion, if I say, they are ready to die for someone, for God or for someone, they are ready to die. Devotion is great. What they lack?
Someone cut his hair?
What they lack?
Self,
Huh?
Self, their own judgment.
Yes, so they lack the common sense. Right? So that means devotion without common sense can blind you. Many think people are doing blindly, right? If you ask them, their devotion is great, but they do not have common sense. That's why that devotion is leading them to in wrong direction. So devotion is a great thing, but without common sense, it can lead to disaster. Not always. Let's say you have devoted yourself to your master, to your guru, and guru is so enlightened, he is guiding you in right direction, possible. But when you are devoting to yourself to someone or some entity or God or anything, there is a chance that you can be misguided. You cannot be misguided if you have common sense. Yes.
There is a relationship of power with the devotion.
Relationship of the power? Like what? Can you elaborate?
If you are devoted to someone or something,
Mm-hmm.
is this thing as the power of you?
Like you gain the power, or they.
Power over you. Yeah.
Huh?
Like it has power over you. Yeah, exactly.
Like they have power over you.
Yes.
Of course, if you do not have common sense, anyone can have power on you. Forget about them. Anyone can.
In the first place, it's a decision, no?
Huh?
It's a decision. If you want to be devoted to something or not.
That's what I'm saying. How you take the decision. Whether, let's say I'm devoted to Buddha, for example, and I'm going to the temple, and there is a Buddhist monks, they are saying, okay, Devvrat, now so many things going on to Buddha, people are harassing, killing, this, that, we should protest and we should retaliate, right? We should kill whosoever comes in our path. For example, I am devoted to Buddha and someone was guiding me and putting something in my mind. Whether I am using my common sense, my understanding to see what is the truth in that, or I am just in faith in Buddha and blindly going to kill someone. You getting my point? So I have the devotion, no doubt about it, but can my devotion turn into blindness? Yes, it is possible. My devotion can turn into the blindness if I am not using my understanding, if I am not using the common sense, which is not common nowadays. Now, getting my point, guys? Like, you know, all this religion, they say God is one, and all are fighting. If God is one, why you are fighting? If God is one, Islamic God, Christian God, Hindu God, they are one. You are saying these things, but what they lack, and when they fight, they clearly lack the common sense. That's why they are fighting. If you are saying God is kind, full of love and compassion, if God is kind, of course no need to fight. Is it not, guys? So if you see, this is very common thing, very simple things, but in understanding we do not have that understanding. So that's why I'm saying path of devotion is super nice, truly speaking. Apart from telling all this negative thing first, this is one of the most beautiful path and the most easiest path in your spiritual journey. But only thing, as a aspirant, as a devotee, as a yogi, what we need to always be careful not to leave our common sense. Devotion, love, compassion is so nice, so beautiful. Is that okay? But with common sense. In one aspect, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked Krishna, what is bhakti? So he said, if you devote to me blindly, I do not consider that you are doing great things to me. If you are devoting me, Krishna as a God, saying Arjuna that if you devote yourself to me with common sense, with knowledge of intellectual knowledge, means the knowledge of Samkhya, if you have that knowledge and then you are devoting, that devotion, that bhakti is supreme. Other bhakti, other devotion is he consider is lower quality. A devotion with common sense, a devotion with the knowledge of Samkhya, a devotion with wisdom, that is the supreme devotion. Is that okay, guys? Yeah? Yes, Mandeep?
If you're worshipping, well, not worship, if you have devotion to someone or something,
Mm-hmm.
then that's duality. You choosing something material.
You choosing something material? Like
Yeah.
what? Can you elaborate with any example?
I guess, like if you have devotion, if you're a Christian and you have devotion and you go to the church
Mm-hmm.
and you use that as your, that's what you put your devotion into,
Mm-hmm.
then is there not a danger that can remove your understanding of like unity of everything else?
Yeah, this is what also happens. No? This is what exactly happening. So when they devote something, they are so centered, they missed all other possibilities.
So you have to see it almost as a
Of course. That's why I said, if you see in totality, if you look things around us in totality, then there is no others. Then there is no other religion. Then there is no one different from you. Then you are not going to kill someone. You are not going to do any kind of violence or nonsense to anyone else, because you see everyone as one. I am devoting to Buddha or Shiva, but I am thinking everyone in totality. I will not go and attack to the Christian, to the Muslim, because I only devote to the Krishna and Buddha, but still I am thinking everyone in totality, right? You can devote to the Jesus, but when you have common sense and you are thinking everyone in one as a one, then your devotion is supreme and it will never harm anyone, right? So that's why I'm saying, to connect with entity is beautiful, nice, great things. Only things, to understanding about totality, having the common sense, if you have, then that is the supreme devotion. Only things, your image is changing. If you think, oh, if I say, someone asks me, generally people say, oh, this is the Buddha's teaching, this is the Krishna's teaching, this is the Jesus teaching and Shiva's teaching, and this is my, I feel like that. If you go through it, the teaching of the Jesus, Buddha and Krishna, all are telling the same thing basically, not at all a different. Why it look different? Because they born in different scenario. Jesus born in different time zone. There was a social situation was very different. That's why he need to modify and talk in a way that common people can understand. Buddha born as a prince. He doesn't have any struggle. He become monk wherever he goes. People still see him as a prince. No one dare to kill him. But Jesus born as in a normal family. They dare to kill him. Otherwise, it was not possible. But if you look at Buddha, he has advantage to born as a prince, and one of the kingdom, wherever he goes, they sing, oh my God, this prince become a monk. They glorify him. Even the kings, they respect Buddha. Why? Because he was a prince. You know, they all know, well known throughout the India, that he is the one of the kingdom's prince. And his glory became multifold because a prince left everything, became monk. Same thing was not true for Jesus, right? Krishna need to teach in middle of the battle. Why? Because situation was very different at that time when Krishna was there, when Buddha was there, when Jesus was there. But if you look at the gist, what Jesus is saying, what Buddha is saying, what Krishna is saying, they are exactly saying the same thing in gist. You see, when Jesus was crucified, during that time, what he said, forgive them, they don't know what they are doing. Can you think a person who has that much love and compassion, those who are torturing him, he is saying, please forgive them. Do you think that person will say, oh, on my name, go and kill, like in crusade? If Jesus was there during the crusade cannot happen. Because the guy who was himself is so much full of love and compassion, he cannot allow someone go and kill on his name. That's why I am saying, these guys, whether Jesus, Buddha, they are full of love and compassion in the core. They don't look in similar because scenario was very different in their time zone, in their culture, right? But teaching wise, just absolutely there is no doubt about it that they taught something else. And in my opinion, no one can teach you something else who knows the ultimate truth, because that is same. Only you choose to say differently. If truth is same, then whether it is Buddha or Jesus or Krishna or Shiva, they cannot tell the other things, because they all experience that ultimate truth and ultimate reality. So they will tell the same thing. Only thing, their language will be different, the way they will explain it will be different, the way they will stimulate you, that will be different. That's all. Otherwise, things are same. You getting my point? Mandi is okay? Yeah? So that's why I'm saying, if you look things in totality with the common sense, then this devotion and bhakti is really, really great. Otherwise, it can lead to disaster. You can be misguided if you have devotion without common sense, without knowledge of Samkhya, without wisdom, right? I generally say common sense is very, I feel, natural. No? Is that okay, guys? So to devote master, to gurus, to God, to whom you love is great things, really nice and pure and beautiful. I cannot put in words how beautiful it is. But having the common sense, try to understand things, not blindly. Okay, guys? Any doubt about this path? So what yoga says, this path is the shortest and the easiest. In path of devotion, you no need to do anything, basically. If you are devoted to Shiva, you just chanting, meditating on Shiva, that's enough. Whether you are practicing asana, pranayama, that doesn't matter. Many people, those who got enlightened, most of them are from this path of devotion, right? Many others path also many people got enlightened, but the number in this is really high, and it is the most easiest and most effective way. Only drawback is there is a higher chance you can get misguided, higher chance you can be misleaded from your path. Is that okay? Higher chance you're putting yourself in someone's hand. Yeah, that's why I always had devotion with the common sense, as Krishna said, is supreme devotion. In all devotion, it is great. Is that okay, guys? Yes, Margot? Huh? You can devote to the God, you can devote to personal God. You know personal God? In India, there is a concept. You see, people think, oh, in India has many gods. This is actually, they do not understand the concept of India. Why? And if you look, who said first there is only one God is actually the Indians. From 6,000-7,000 years back, we said there is only one God. Whatever you are seeing, it is the manifestation from that God. So you can devote yourself, your deity. Let's say you like the goddess, you know, and he like the monkey god. Everyone have their orientation according to our liking and disliking and connections. We like something really great way and feel connected. If I say I feel connected with the Shiva, maybe you don't, right? So I should devote through Shiva, it is reaching to the same supreme consciousness. You devote through Buddha, it is reaching to the same God. But you like the banyan tree so much, you love the forest, you love the river. Sorry, you love the river and you devote yourself to Mother River, you will reach there. You devote to the forest because you like so much forest, you will reach there. Only your medium is getting different, but this is reaching to the supreme consciousness. And why it should be? Because we all are different, we all are unique. It is not possible that everyone follow the teaching of Buddha, follow the teaching of Krishna, follow the teaching of the Shiva. The way we feel connected, we should devote ourselves there. That's why in India we say we have personal deity. Your personal God or goddess, sometimes there is a way how they come to you. There is a way how you know that who is your personal goddess and God. So many times goddess comes and guide you in your life, in your path, in your spiritual journey. Yeah, there is a way to connect, we will discuss later. Is that okay? Yeah. So you are free to choose your God or goddess or any entity with whom you feel super connected. Through that also you can realize the supreme consciousness. Through that also you can realize. They are not necessarily follow like a monotonous, everyone is following this God, so let's follow this God. No. Wisely choose to whom you feel more connected. Yeah? Is that okay, guys? Okay. So path of devotion is okay. There was, I can tell you one story. There is one in Maharashtra, you know, one Indian state, Mumbai is there. So there was one great saint, really great. And what happened? This great saint, he was a great devotee of Krishna. Krishna is the, you know Krishna, right? Yeah, the god who play with flute. Yeah. Huh? He's a blue. Yeah. Many are different. There is a story about it. Yeah. But we will tell later, okay? I'm going to talk about devotee of Krishna, not Krishna. So there's devotee of the Krishna. He was so devoted to the Krishna. He go every day in the temple, doing all the prayers, all the rituals, all the chanting and come. Right? And in that devotion, he lost his common sense. So one day what happens? One guy was, let's say this is the Krishna. One guy was lying, he went to the morning to the temple and he saw one person is lying and his feet was pointing to the Krishna. Like if I lie down, pointing feet towards the Buddha. So he get extremely angry. He said, how can you point your feet and lying in front of Krishna, pointing your feet towards him? He is my God, I devote to himself, how dare you? So the guy who was lying on the floor, he said, okay, I understand, sorry for this behavior which I did. Okay, please, if you don't mind, you point my feet where there is no Krishna. So he point the feet other side, then he said, statue moved to that side. He tried to put the feet other side, then he says, statue is on that side. Wherever he tried to put his feet, statue moved on that side. So is always pointing to the Krishna. Then he realized, my God, Krishna is everywhere. Is not in this, only in this statue. He manifests through in everything. He became so fanatic. He lost that unity, totality, and behaved like a person who lost the common sense. Devotion was great, no doubt about it. He became fanatic also out of that devotion. But then slowly he was losing the common sense. Then he realized, he asked the forgiveness. He said, though my devotion is blinding me, now I know. Actually it was Krishna to teach him that he was going in the wrong direction. Because wherever he go in the town and everywhere, he argue unnecessarily about Krishna, this, that. So Krishna manifested like this person to teach him this lesson. After that, he became great master. He wrote many books and did the great things in his life, and he became balanced again. So why I'm giving this example? Your devotion can make you lose your common sense. Your devotion can make you lose understanding. Your devotion can blind you. So that's why it's very like a path. You can move in both the direction if you do not have common sense. Yeah? That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I consider the devotion with the common sense is the greatest devotion. The supreme bhakti, the divine bhakti is this. Is that okay, guys? And look, if everyone have this, I'm sure there is no religion then, only spirituality. No, I always consider spirituality one, religion are different, right? So instead of going for religion, better go for spirituality. Then you will not be deviated or misguided. You know. Is that okay, guys?